The Book of Worship. Through the unbounded grace of the Almighty God and blessings of the greatest apostle of God, the English version of the Book of Worship of the world-renowned Ihya Ulumuddin, Revival of Religious Learning, of Imam Ghazali, the greatest thinker of the world of Islam, the proof of Islam, the famous Sufi and devout, has now been published in full. This book Ihya is a sea of knowledge full of reasons and arguments, full of Quranic verses, traditions of the Holy Prophet and of the companions and the famous saints of early ages. Each subject was supported by the Quran, traditions and sayings of the learned sages and wise men and established by reasons and arguments. As the great Imam belonged originally to the Shafi'i Sunni sect, some of the religious doctrines will be found in line with that sect, but nevertheless its importance is very great. In his advanced age, the Imam was not a blind follower of sects but followed his independent thinking and as such indirectly created a sect of his own. As the world is advancing with ever new ideas and scientific discoveries, so also this work is full of novel and great ideas and scientific discoveries, and thereby the Imam revived truly the religious sciences and gave them an impetus never given by his predecessors in such a manner. He saved Islam from the currents and cross-currents of devilish thoughts and pagan ideas that imperceptibly entered into Islam and clearly showed their fallacies and misconceptions. For this reason, he was given the title of Hujjatul Islam, or the Proof of Islam. His thoughts prevailed upon those savants who came after him. Had not the Almighty blessed him with the necklace of reason and intellect, the true belief of Islam would have been carried away by the strong current of irreligious and misguided thoughts. Chapter 1. Topic: Acquisition of Knowledge. Section 1: Excellence of Learning. Proof of the Quran. God says, God, angels and those learned men who stand on justice bear testimony that there is no deity but He. Ayat 3 verse 18. Now look, O dear readers, how God began attestation first by Himself, then by His angels and then by the learned. It is understood from this verse that the rank of the learned and their honor are much high. God says, those who are believers among you and the learned, God will increase their rank. Ayat 58 verse 12. Hazrat Ibn Abbas said about them, the rank of the learned is 700 times more than that of the believers, and the difference between the two ranks is the distance of the path of 500 years. God says, are those who are learned equal to the illiterate? Ayat 39 verse 9. God says, the learned among His servants fear God most. Ayat 35 verse 28. God says, say, God is sufficient as a witness between me and you and those who have got knowledge of the Quran. Ayat 13 verse 43. God says, but those who had been granted knowledge said, alas for you, the reward of God is best for those who believe and do good. Ayat 28 verse 80.